and welcome to my very first nail video. Today I'll be showing you how I created this emerald green mani. Today I'll be using this color I created myself, mixing a green and blue shimmer. I'll be using my very favorite triple vitamin dip base coat and my Kiara Sky Seal Protect. And for my top coat, I'll be using a matte top coat from Modelones. I will also be using whipped cream, IBD's gel polish, a dotting tool, and my glitters and rhinestones for today's look. So let's get right to it. I will be showing you my method, well, not my method, but the one I prefer to use, which is just making a little line right down 3/4 of the nail and only in the most middle part. So I'm not doing the entire 3/4, just the most middle section there. So I'll do that to all my nails and then dust off the other powder and go in with my second base. And this one I do go a little bit wider. As you can see, I go a little bit past my original layer and go a little bit closer to that cuticle. Not too much closer, but just a tad bit more. So I'll do this to all my fingers, and once I dip, I do tap off the excess powder and dust it off as well. So for my third layer, I definitely get closer to both my cuticle and edges. And I do clean off my brush, especially when working with pigmented colors like this one, and most definitely with reds and blacks, because those really get into your brush and we don't want to contaminate your bottle of liquid. So I also use this toothpick to clean off around my cuticle and edge area so it doesn't harden and become more difficult to remove later down the process. And it's really important to use a very steady hand when getting closer to that cuticle, especially when you're doing another layer, because we don't want to flood your cuticles and then it's such a mess to clean up. But yeah, taking your time is very important to really get a nice mani, which I have difficulty doing because I get really excited and I want to go ahead and move on to the next step, but I have to take a chill pill and just, enjoy the process. So I'm doing a fourth layer because I want this color to really pop, because it is going to be a matte top coat. And it's important that you don't have any sheer spots because it'll definitely show. And the buffing process when doing a matte mani is very important, because you definitely don't want those uneven layers to show when it's time to apply the matte coat. So once I am happy with the color payoff, I use my Mia Secret acrylic powder to encapsulate my color layers, because I don't want to buff down into a layer, because that will create a spot where it's lighter in color than the rest of the nail, which will definitely show in a matte mani. So, and I like to scoop and do that method instead of physically dipping into my clear powders, because if I dip into it, there's a really big chance that any leftover green powder will contaminate my clear, and we definitely don't want that, because when working with lighter colors, any little color that fell into the clear will definitely show. So I find this method to be more beneficial for me to get a really good clear coat to all my manis. So here I am just dusting away, so we can then move on to sealing those layers. And with my Kiara Sky, I will be applying a generous amount to each nail, and I like to go in twice with this, because I'm afraid that if I just do it once, it won't be enough to saturate the whole nail. So that's why I do it twice. And I don't show it here, but when I do my second hand, I find the need to really clean off my brush in between second dips because it does pick up some of that leftover color, especially during like or with getting it near the cuticle area, because it doesn't have the base to adhere to. So if there's any powder in those crevices, it will definitely pick it up. So here I am just filing and shaping my nails. I'm happy with the shape I currently have because these are my natural nails. They're like an almond / oval shape. And they're not all perfectly the same size, so some look more oval than the others. But I'm just redefining everything because just with any mani, sometimes the shape gets lost in between dips. So I redefine it all there and still kind of push my cuticle back to allow more space to redefine my cuticle area. But I give it a nice buff with my hand file. Then after I'm happy with my shape, I go in with my e-file and a sanding band to even out my hand filing, because with a hand file you have more control over how much pressure you apply, which can make one side of the nail more flat than the other. So using an e-file at the end really smooths it all up and makes it all even. So that's what I like to do after I put in my hard work and use my muscles to do my hand filing. And I really focus around the cuticles and edges because that's where I struggle with the regular file. So I make sure I get in there real nice. So yeah, I'll let you guys watch that for a little bit. And once I have enough filing, I will go ahead and start buffing my nails with my buff block, and I really focus around the edges to really smooth the contact between the nail bed and the edge and make it look as seamless as possible. I do one last layer of Seal Protect, and then I am ready to do my final base and top coat. And like I mentioned earlier in the video, I'll be using this base from Gelixir. Don't quote me on how I said that because I really don't even know how to say that properly. But I really like this base, and I don't use it just because I prefer it or anything. It's just because I love this brand's shiny top coat. So that's why I'm using this one here, and I don't have the Modelones base, so I went ahead and just used this. And then I do cure this under the lamp for 30 seconds, and then I will go ahead and jump on to doing my Modelones matte top coat. And I noticed that with the top coat, I have to be very careful to get it on real evenly, because like you saw, the base is still shiny, and with the matte top coat, it doesn't get matte until after you cure. So it's so easy to miss some spots. So be very, very patient and double check your work to make sure you cover the entire nail. I would even recommend to go past where your dip begins, so almost right to the cuticle, to ensure that you didn't miss a single spot, because it will be shiny. So yeah, do that and cure for 30 seconds, and then we'll jump into the nail art. That's how they look. They look so pretty. So I do a droplet of the white IBD whipped cream color with my dotting tool. I make little drops of snow or whatever. And then I'm gonna do my little line here that'll have some glitter. So this gel makes it so the glitter adheres to it real nice. You can use the clear because you used a matte top coat, you'll be able to see where your clear is, but if you were to use the regular top coat, it's really hard to see the clear. So I recommend using a colored gel polish, because then you know, like if your lines are crooked, or you know, to see if they're really nice, to then add the glitter, because once you put the glitter, it's like really hard to clean up around that. So I will be using rhinestones for this. So I used IBD's hard gel so that the rhinestones really stick on there good, because if I used regular gel, the likeliness of them falling off like in the next couple hours are very high. And even though I did use peel base under this mani, I wanted to make sure that they would last at least a day, because when I do apply peel base, they last me like a day or two. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply about 4 rhinestones total, and I do use this wax pencil to pick up the rhinestones and any other decals. I was having such a hard time getting these because, you know, within the box they're like turned upside down and stuff, so it's really hard to get them on there without struggling like I was. And then I do one more pop of glitter because, you know, there's leftover gel, so I want to make sure that there aren't any awkward spaces without anything on there, so the glitter kind of is a cover for that. And then I'm going to do the little bow, which was really hard for me because one side was thicker than the other, but I ended up making it work. It's not a perfect mani, and I'm not expecting it to, because I'm not a professional. I am self-taught. This is a hobby of mine, and I enjoy it so much. And I hope you guys enjoy it too. You guys like how I position my hair for support? I make things work, baby. Alright, then I will brush it off with the stiff brush, because glitter has to be moved if it's overwhelming the nail art, and I find a regular brush not doing the best job, so a stiff brush is really recommended for when you're using glitter for nail art. And then I'll be applying more hard gel and using rhinestones for my quote-unquote stars. I say quote-unquote because they didn't turn out exactly what I envisioned, but that's okay. We made it work. We're not gonna cry. And back with my tweezer here, I like move them around to make them look more presentable. And here's me attempting to do like a twinkle. Attempting, yeah. I kind of want to do like a 4-pronged twinkle, if that's the correct term. I don't know. I am so focused here, guys. I'm like not even breathing. That's how focused I was. And I did 4 little rhinestone stars, so I'm going to do the twinkles to all 4 of them. Okay, I think I'm happy with that. So I applied glitter, and then I cured that for another 30 seconds, brushed it all off, and now it's time to add the Christmas tree. Guys, I really struggled with this. I should have used a brush, but the brush was not doing it for me, so I had to use a dotting tool, so it was like hard to have the gel like drag to the way I wanted it to go, but it's okay. It kind of turned out, but kind of didn't. It's okay, guys. It's okay. More hard gel, because why not? We want more rhinestones, right? More bubbling, more bubbling. Add that shit right on there. Get it nice and pretty. And then once I applied the glue, or not the glue, sorry, the hard gel where I want it to be, Then I start picking up them rhinestones again. Yeah, gonna pick them up. See, do you guys see me struggle? Like, it's a struggle picking up these damn rhinestones. I have to like force them onto my wax pencil, and it's like they don't even want to stay. It's like, oh, come on guys, cooperate with me. And then I use a mixture of my very smallest to second very smallest to kind of add more of a definition and more glitter, because there's never such thing as a lot of glitter. Am I right or am I right? So I'll cure that for another 30 seconds, brush the heck out of it. I was happy with that hand, my left hand. And moving on to my right hand. Yeah. I am going to do a pretty snowflake on my middle finger, my flame bird, to make it look very pretty. So I'm using the IBD hard gel with my extra long nail art pencil brush, I guess you can call it. And I did a 8-pointed snowflake with little dots at the end of the really big ones, and then I did smaller ones on the other inner 4 lines, because I'll be adding the bigger rhinestone at the longer ones and then a smaller rhinestone at the shorter ones to kind of gravitate the shine to the whole snowflake itself, instead of just like, if you do the same sized rhinestones throughout the whole nail, like it's fine, but like I feel like the light shines unevenly, creating like a, oh, here's my snowflake, you know, compared to like, oh, here's my snowflake. I don't know, I'm weird, and that's okay. You'll see what I mean in the pictures and in the video. You'll see. Just wait, okay? Just trust me. Just trust the process. I'm sorry for going a little bit away from the camera. It was a struggle, okay? And then for the I can't speak. For the rest of the snowflake, I just did a glitter. And this is where I messed up. I added another layer of the top coat and used that for my rhinestones to adhere to my nail, because these popped off like within the hour. I mean, not all of them, but just like 1 or 2. I should use a hard gel, but that's okay. They were only gonna last me a day anyway. And then I did a glitter ombre for my thumb, cured that, gave it a nice little bow here on my nails, guys. I hope you enjoy this. And yeah, I can't wait for my next video. Bye!